Welcome back, everybody. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. If you cannot tell, it is still daylight out because I am visiting some more friends. Instead of driving 4 hours today, I flew for like 6 hours today, and now I'm on the West Coast. So, visiting some friends. We got a new studio location. It's currently 6 p.m. for me because I'm on the West Coast, but it is still 9 p.m. Eastern for everybody because that's the time. For a second, I was like, for you guys, but it's the same time. But I'm in a time zone where six. Anyways, whatever. We're ready to move on. Let's get into our warm-ups. First thing we're gonna do is called hip cars. CARS stands for controlled articulated rotations, and we are trying to use our own leg muscles. We're gonna lift, we're gonna pull, we're gonna rotate, we're gonna contract. We're going to bring our legs into all these crazy ranges of motion so that we get stronger and more mobile at the same time. And it starts like this. Stand on one leg, get some nice balance going. Hold on to something if you need some support. Lift that knee up as high as you can. Up, 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 up. Some more. Keep going. From here, when you've reached your bestest, bring your knee out that way. Boom, 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 boom. Flex the glutes. When you're doing this, you're going whop. Flexing the glutes, pulling that leg out until it's as far out behind you as you can. It's unlikely that it's going to be behind you, but you're aiming for that direction. All right. Try to lift the knee up a little high, a little higher if you can, and then we're going to rotate the leg. I want you to rotate the ankle up and bring the knee down a little bit until it's about horizontal, until the ankle is hidden behind the knee. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. I want you to keep going. I want you to keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating. Bring the knee down, lift the ankle up, and then finally bring the leg down and back. When you bring the leg down and back, I want you to flex the hamstrings. I want you to flex the glutes. I want you to feel that contraction in the front of your hip. That is one rep. I did a little rotating to show you different angles. That rotating might have made the thing a little bit more confusing if it's your first time on the show. But don't worry, for the rest of the reps, I'm going to be facing you so it's easier to mirror me. All right? Let's get ready to go. Hold on to something for balance if you need it. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's one. High knee. Open. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's two. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's three. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's four. I can tell I'm a little less sore than yesterday. Five. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's six. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's seven. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's eight. Two more. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's nine. Last one. High knee. Open. Oh, my balance. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Whew. Shake out your legs. The hip and this sort of area for the leg that's doing all that moving is probably where you're going to be feeling the most tension. For the leg that's balancing, you might be feeling it here in the hip, depending on if you're working these muscles to help stabilize your hips, if you're working on your calves, trying to keep those stable, or maybe even a little bit in your ankles. That depends on which of your muscles are struggling the most to stay balanced. All right, so shake out everything, give it a chance to relax, and let's get ready to do the other side. All your weight is in one leg. Hold on to something for balance, and let's go. High knee. Oh, this leg is definitely more sore than the other leg. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's one. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's two. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's three. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's four. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's five. These are not easy. You know why they're not easy? You're using your own muscles to bring your legs into crazy ranges of motion that you're probably not using very often. And you're just trying your best to stay balanced while you're lifting your leg up and doing crazy things. That's eight. High knee. Open. And that is absolutely okay. If you're struggling, if you're off balance, if you're flopping around a little bit, that's okay. Just try your best. All right? High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Whew. Take a break. Rest, relax, wiggle, wobble, flop. Let your muscles chill for a second and catch your breath. Charles Oxton says, hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, welcome back. Queen RR says the same. Jax is sending emojis and Jax is saying hi. Hello, 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 hello. Get the ready says, bros, upgrades I mentioned. No, I just have friends who have really nice homes. And good lighting too. Um, where are we going with this? Let's do some reverse hip curls. You ready? Let's go. We're standing up nice and straight. We're starting by bringing the leg down and back. Boom. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. From here, we're going to lift that leg up to the side. From the front, it looks like this. All right? We're going to rotate so that the knee comes down, the ankle comes up. We're going to rotate so the ankle comes down, the knee comes up, and we're going to bring the knee to the front. That's 1 rep. We're doing 10 of these on the left, 10 of these on the right. You ready? Let's go. Hold on to something for balance to begin and back. Side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 3. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 4. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. 5. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. 6. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. 7. Back, side. We're almost done. Keep going. Remember, the goal is to use your own muscles, build some strength, build some control while you work on that mobility. 9, and just do your best. All right? That's 10. Whew. My right leg is really struggling to hold the balancing, but shake out your legs, let them relax, give them a couple seconds to flop around and chill before we finish up with our 4th and final set of hip cars. You ready? Let's go. All your weight is on one leg. Hold on to something for balance if you need it. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 1. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 3. If you're a regular on the show, you've been doing this for a while, and you feel like some of these movements are a little less challenging than they used to be, here's some ways to make them a little bit harder. One of the things I want you to try your best to do is keep your rest of your body from moving as much as you can. Isolate it so it's just the leg that's moving. All right? It's going to be harder, and that's what we want. You would be really good at controlling your body to do cool things. 7, back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 8. 2 more. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 9. Last one. Back, side, ankle, ankle, knee. That's 10. Oh, that felt like I was going fast and you still need a couple seconds to catch up. Go ahead, take a couple seconds. And for everybody else, breathe, inhale. Exhale, relax. And let's get ready to fold. All right. Our second move is the elephant walk. What we're going to do is fold at the hips, bring our belly button down towards the ground, feel the stretch building in our hamstrings. Try to keep the back relatively straight. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but more or less straight is going to be good. Cool? From here, we're going to bend one knee. We're going to straighten out the other leg. We're going to fold the belly buttons down a little bit more. And we're going to switch the leg that's bent and switch the leg that's straight. Y'all ready? Keep switching. Side. To side. To side. To side. And keep on switching. And switching. And switching. And switching. And there is not an exact number that we need to do, but I do want you to focus on getting a little bit of stretch every single time you switch until I finish telling you about the rest of the show. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to help build a little bit of consistency, help build a little bit of community, and to make the suffering you're going to be doing, you're going to continue to be doing, and then in the future you'll be doing more of a little bit more fun, a little easier to stay consistent with. So if you know your hips are tight, you're feeling some stiffness, perhaps even in your low back because your hips are so tight, your low back is compensating for it. Make sure to keep coming back and practice some consistency with us. We're working on hip mobility, we're working on side splits, and we do this every single day starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, which means we start about 10 minutes ago. Now, that you know that, follow, subscribe, do all those cool things, and let's move on from this stretch and get a little deeper. We're going to focus on this belly button right here. We're going to focus on bring it down a little bit deeper. Fold and fold and fold and fold some more and switch. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Pop into a bit of a squat, come back up into standing. That is our second warm-up exercise. Hopefully you're feeling a little looser. We're moving on to side split number 3. Work. I'm just saying all sorts of words that aren't relevant. We're moving on into warm-up exercise number 3. We're going to do some thoracic rotation. The thoracic spine is basically under your neck to about your belly button-ish. That chunk of your back is designed to do a whole bunch of stuff, like rotating, bending, slouching, and back bending. I'm not very good at back bending. You probably saw that when I just did this and didn't do anything. But all the other stuff I can do okay. All right, so we're going to talk about rotation right now. What we're going to do is get right back into the position we were just in. So one leg is bent, one leg is straight. We're folding our belly buttons down towards the ground. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side. We're reaching across the body to the straight leg. We're going to push off that shin bone. All right, not pushing off the knee, not pushing off the ankle, pushing off the bone in between. We're going to push and help our bodies to rotate. I want your chest to try and rotate so that it's facing directly to your right or left, depending on which side you're facing. I want you to try your best to extend your arm straight up into the air if you can. If you can't get all the way, you're at a slight angle, that's okay. Just try your best. I want you to rotate your neck. Look at that hand. Inhale. Big breath of air. Exhale and reach over your shoulder. That is half a rep. We've got 4.5 more reps to do. You ready for the other side? Let's go. This leg is bent. This leg is straight. Arm from the bent leg side, reaching to the straight leg side. Rotating as you push off that leg. Neck is rotating to look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. That is 1. We're going to do 4 more because we're doing 5. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open it up. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. When I say exhale, reach, I really mean it. Let all the air out of your lungs, helps you compress and helps you reach a little further. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Whew. That's 2. Again, inhale. Exhale, reach. Whew. Other side, inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 3. Again, inhale. Exhale, reach. Other side, inhale. Exhale, reach. That's 4. We're going to cover it from the top just in case somebody has dropped in since we last explained it. We are bending one leg. We're straightening out the other leg. We're folding our belly buttons down towards the ground. We're taking the arm from the bent leg side. We're reaching across to the straight leg. We're going to push off that shin bone in the middle to help us rotate. Look at the hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. That's 5. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Woo. If it's your first couple of times doing this, it might not even be the first couple of times. I still get really tired. If you're feeling it here in your shoulder, right up here, this is called the delt muscle. If this muscle is feeling a little tired, feeling a little sore, that's completely normal. Most people aren't spending that much time and effort reaching that far back behind them. So when you contract that muscle real hard, like in our rotations, sometimes they get a little bit tired. The good news is we don't need them for anything else for the rest of the show, so they'll be fine in a couple minutes, all right? We're going to move on into our 4th and final warm-up exercise. It is called the Cossack switch. What it looks like is this. We're going to open up our legs into a slightly wider position. Not crazy wide, just a little bit wider. And we're going to drop on down into a squat, all right? If you're starting out for the first time, you can stop right around here. That's totally okay. If you've been doing this for a while, aim to go a little lower, go a little bit deeper. I like to keep this foot flat down on the ground. I like to keep this knee pretty straight up. I don't want it to sort of buckle in or out too much. And on this side, you got the option. You can keep the heel down as the main thing that's down, or if you want, you can sort of rotate the leg so that the knee is pointing forward, the foot is down, and you can keep this foot down as well. They each have their own benefits. You can experiment with what feels comfortable, what feels less comfortable, and you can decide what you want to work on a little bit more. Cool? All right, once you have experimented with it just a little bit, I want you to get as low as you can into each position. And once you're here, our next step is to move our butt that away. If you're low to the ground, you might want to put your hands down on the ground and help walk yourself over to the other side. And then sit back, sit down, lean into your stretch. Again, your version might look a little bit more like this. If you don't need to use your hands, don't use your hands. It's okay. All right? Once you're over on the other side, we're ready to come back. Boom. Depending on where you are, your muscles might be requiring more or less from you. And if you're on the other side, we're ready to be done with rep number 1. We're going to do 10 reps in total. You ready for number 2? Let's go. Get as low as you can, wherever it is that works for you, and come on across. Use your hands if you need it. If you realize you don't need your hands, feel free to stop using your hands and keep going without the extra support. Across and back. That's 3. Keep going. Across and back. That's 4. Keep going across and back. That's 5. At this point, if you're feeling a little bit of tension in your knees, it's feeling a little uncomfortable, we got a couple of options. One of them is come up a little bit. When you're a little higher up, coming across and across and across is a little gentler on your knees. So you might be able to go boom, across, and then sink on down into your stretch. Then come on up, across, and down again, back into your stretch. I think that's 7. Up, across, and down, and up, across, and down. That's 8. 2 more things to add. If you're ready, try to sit up a little bit straighter. Lift your chest up, lift your head up, stick your arms out in front of you, and come on back across. Boom, and boom. That's 9. You've gotten a lot of tips today about different ways to make it harder, different ways to make it easier. Please add them, combine them, subtract them, do whatever you got to do to make the movement challenging enough for you. That is 10 Cossack switches, Cossack sliding things, Cossack stuff. We are done with our 4 warm-up exercises. It's time for us to move on into our main 5 stretches. If you're joining in for the first time and you don't know, this is a 45 to 60-minute long live side splits and hip mobility show. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the struggles that we put ourselves through every single day a little bit more fun, so that it's easier to stay consistent. So I welcome you to hit follow, hit subscribe, and join on in, because we do this every day starting at 9 p.m. All right? Next. Ooh, that's not enough padding. Hold on. I need a little bit more. Next, I want you to go grab a little bit of cushioning, a little bit of padding for your knees. All right? The purpose of this is to help us get into our next stretch, our first stretch. It is a hamstring stretch. And it's going to look a little bit like this. We're going to be on one knee on one side. We're going to extend the leg on the other side. I'm using the yoga mat today because my friend has a yoga mat in this room and it's perfectly here for me to use. You don't need anything fancy. If you got an old flip-flop, perfect, stick it on your knee. If you got a pair of old sneakers that you would never be caught dead wearing outside, perfect, stick it under your knee. If you have more conventional things like yoga mats, roll it up a couple times, fold it a couple times, boom, under your knee. If you have dirty laundry, I know you have dirty laundry. There's no excuses. If you have dirty laundry, fold it up, roll it up, stick it under your knee, and we're ready to begin. All right? Hopefully, after all that stuff about knee padding, you've gotten something and we can begin. Next, I'm going to rotate around so you can see what my body's actually doing. Oh, I have not used the yoga mat to do this before, so it's rolling up behind me, but we can ignore that for a little bit. All right. I want you to kneel up nice and tall and straight. And then I want you to extend one leg out in front, about hips width apart, not super wide and crazy or not like crossed or anything. I want you to be relatively balanced. All right. From here, we're going to take a big breath in into our lungs. We're going to slowly exhale and fold. Wee. And as soon as your hamstrings are telling you, whoa, what are you doing? That's crazy. Stop. Chill. Relax. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Let your body flop into the floor. Relax. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. That's 2. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper. That's 3. We're going to go for a total of 5 right now. All right. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's do it again. Inhale.
Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper into that stretch. Feel it building up pressure in your hamstrings. Every time you do that big inhale and then you exhale, and let all the pressure out of your lungs. I hope you're finding that you're able to drop just a little bit deeper into that stretched position. We're going to add some movement now. What I want you to do is bring that knee up so that you're in a nice lunge looking position. All right. From here, we're going to fold our chest down to that thigh. We're going to stick our hands on either side of our legs and we're going to slowly straighten out that leg so that you feel the deep hamstring stretch. That's it. We're going to do this 3 times. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. If you can't bring your chest down all the way, it's okay. Just try your best to fold forward. Straighten it out. Woo. I think that's 3, but let's just do one more because I was talking. I got distracted. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. The most important part is giving your hamstring a chance to rest and then getting back into that stretched position. Once you're back here for the 3rd time, we're going to fold a little bit deeper. Are you ready? Let's go. Inhale, exhale, fold. Those are 3 steps. On the inhale, we're going to take a huge breath into our lungs. On the exhale and fold, we're going to do both of those together. We're going to slowly let a whole bunch of air out of your lungs until it's absolutely completely deflated. And we're going to fold. We're going to bring our belly buttons down to the floor at the same time. Inhale, exhale, and fold at the same time. You got it? You got it. Let's do this. Extend that leg. Feel the build up in the hamstrings. Big breath in. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Belly button down towards the ground. Fold, fold, fold. Woo! You're feeling that hamstring stretcher folding forward. It's intense. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let your body flop into the floor. This is different from the fold. When we're doing the fold, we're actively trying to compress. When we're relaxing, we're just chilling. We're letting the muscles chill out and we'll let gravity do all the work. We're going to do that again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let gravity do all the work. Again, inhale. Exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little deeper into your stretch. We're doing 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. Knee up, chest down, strain it out. Woo. Again, knee up, chest down, strain it out. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 3. And you know what time it is. We're going to fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale, fold. Remember, we're actively trying to bring the belly button down towards the floor. You ready? Ready. Inhale, big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, 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 fold. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings and inhale, exhale, relax. Let your body flop into that leg again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper if you can. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 3. If you're breathing too much, too fast, or hyperventilating because I'm telling you to do so, we'll slow it down right now. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Again, inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper. From here, we're ready to do some knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 1. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 2 again. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. We're going to hang out here for 30 seconds, and that's it for this leg. 30, 29, 28. You got some options, but I recommend that you do the inhale, exhale, relax the whole rest of the time. 25. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. And 10, 9, 8, 7. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, relax. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our hamstring stretch. If that felt like a really long time, because we did spend a lot of time in that stretch, and if that felt like this stretch was out of reach because mine is so crazy and low to the ground or something like that, if you're feeling like this is a little too much for you, I promise
I've been doing some version of this exact stretch with pretty much the exact same instructions for 500-600 days. We all start somewhere, and at some point now it's stuck way up high over here. After hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of days of consistency, I've gone a little bit deeper. So don't be intimidated by what you see. Focus on the instructions because it's all about trying your best. It's about folding forward a little bit more when you can. All right? And breathing. There's a lot of breathing going on. Don't hold your breath. Cool? Let's continue on the other leg. We're back into this kneeling position. We're standing up nice and tall. Extend one leg out in front and get ready to fold. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Whee! Oh, as soon as your hamstrings start, yeah, whoa! And we're ready to fold. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Oh. I meant relax. Inhale, exhale, relax. My bad. Inhale. Exhale, relax. And remember, the distinction between the relax and the fold is in the relax, we're just letting gravity do the work. When we're folding, we're trying to push ourselves deeper into the ground. All right? Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 3. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 4. Let's go for a 5th. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Knee up. Chest down, straighten it out. Because it's the first time we're doing it on this leg, because we just switched legs. Take your time. It's not going to be nearly as flexible as the other leg you finished doing, but keep in mind we did lots and lots and lots of reps. That was 3. Straighten out your legs, keep them straight. We're going to inhale, exhale, fold. Big breath in, slowly exhale, and fold. We're going to actively try to bring our belly button down towards the ground. You ready? Let's go. Big breath in, inhale. Slowly exhale and fold, 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 belly button down. Woo. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let gravity pull you deeper. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let gravity pull you deeper. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let gravity pull you deeper. Pause for a second. If you were hyperventilating a little bit, breathing too fast, too hard, slow down. And let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, relax. That's 4. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. It's time for the knee ups. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 1. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 2. Knee up, chest down, straighten it out. That's 3. And guess what? It's time for a little bit more folding. Inhale, exhale, fold. Let's do it. This is the last one, I promise. Big breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Let all the air out. Bring your belly button down to the ground. Fold. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let your body flop into the floor, let gravity take you. Inhale. Exhale and fold. That's 2 again. Inhale. Exhale and fold. That's 3. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale and fold. That's 4. Last one. Inhale. Exhale and fold. That is 5. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. Last one. Knee up. Chest down. Straighten it out. We're hanging out for 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep chilling. Keep relaxing. Let's go. 30. 29. 28. 27. 26. 25. 24. 23. 22. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0. That is our hamstring stretch. If that felt like a lot, it absolutely was a lot. It was a ton. And I hope your hamstrings are feeling a lot looser for it. All right. We're going to move on into our second stretch. Take your time, slowly come on out of your stretch, come back into standing, and we're going to pull
our padding over to the floor if you feel like you're gonna need a little bit more grip. I don't know how slippery or not slippery this floor is, so I'm taking the yoga mat with me. All right. What I want you to do is move your butt to the wall. The second stretch that we're going to do is called the butterfly pose, all right? The butterfly stretch, or the tailor's pose, depending on where you are and who taught you your first version of the stretch. Whatever the case, I want you to bring your butt, your low back, your shoulders, your head up against the wall, lean back. Feel that nice posture for a second and be like, whoa, that's not what I normally do. And then take your feet, pull them together, bring them in towards your groin until you're in our starting position. It looks a little bit like this. All right. From here, our goal is to stretch out the inner thighs. The way we do that is by pushing the knees down into the ground. To start, I want you to contract your own glutes. I want you to contract your outer thigh muscles, and I want you to pull your legs down using your own strength because we always care about building strength and mobility at the same time. So give that a try. See if you can bring your knees down, if you can make this stretch right here feel a little bit more intense. And once you've tried your best, we're going to add a little bit more to it. We're going to take our hands, we're going to apply some pressure to the inside of the knee, but we're going to come in just a little bit. Right? So the knees are out here, we're going to come in a little bit. I want you to apply steady pressure straight down into the ground. If your back is against a wall, you might feel pressure in your back of your head, and that is okay. For the next 6 huge breaths, we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to slowly exhale, and then we're going to do that 6 times. Every time you exhale, I want you to push a little harder onto your legs to try and push your knees closer to the ground. All right, 6 breaths should last about 30 seconds. Let's go. Inhale, exhale. Push, 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 push. Keep and hold a steady pressure. Inhale. Exhale and push, 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 push. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale and push, 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 push. That's 3. Inhale. Exhale and push. That's 4. Inhale. Exhale and push. That's 5. Last one. Inhale. Exhale and push. That is 6. I hope you're able to push your legs down a little bit deeper. Feel that stretch building in your inner thighs because that is all we got for now. Your wrists are probably a little bit tired from trying to jam your legs down. So give them a little shake, a little wobble, a little wiggle, and do the wave like you're at a football game or a baseball game and you're trying to support your team. And everybody's standing up and everybody's missing the wave because that's not what's important. It's the fact that you tried, all right? Next, shake your legs a little bit, flap them just a little so that your legs wake up a little bit. When you are pushing a lot of pressure on them, they tend to get a little funky and get a little weird, and we want to wake them up so that we're prepared for our third stretch. We're moving on into the standing pancake. We don't need the foam or the padding anymore, so I'm going to roll this up and move it out of the way. And they're going to stay? Stay. Perfect. We're going to get into the standing pancake. What I want you to do is open up your legs just a little bit. It doesn't have to be crazy. Just a little bit is perfectly fine. From here, we're going to fold. We're going to bring our belly buttons down towards the ground. All right? Whee! Oh, as soon as you get stuck, as soon as your hamstrings tell you, no, not again, you can pause there. This is our starting position. The goal of this stretch is to bring your whole entire upper body as far in between your legs as possible while keeping your back relatively straight. Doesn't have to be perfect, but relatively straight. All right? There's a couple of things that we are doing that help make this a little easier on you. One of them is we're doing this standing. When we fold like this, most of us will probably be able to get into something like this, all the way to something like down here. Like 90% of us will be somewhere between here and here. And the reason why we want to be in this position is because gravity is pulling your whole entire upper body down into the ground. It's helping you get into position. That's what we want. Make life easier for yourself. To make gravity feel a little bit more intense, extend your arms up past your head and inhale. Exhale. See if you can fold a little bit deeper into your stretch. This is how we set up. There's a couple more details, and then we're almost done. If you want to, you can bring your legs out a little bit wider and get deeper into the ground.
It's completely up to you. It's optional. The other thing you can do is when you feel like your face is a little too close to the ground because your legs are wide and you're folding forward, you can try to stick your butt back a little bit. When you stick your butt back, you can maintain the same angle between your legs and your upper body, but it will probably pull your face a little further away from the floor. So if you feel like you're too close, you can just stick your butt back. All right? That's it. That's all you need to know. Scoot your butt back, open up the legs, extend your arms up past your head, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Bring your belly button down. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Yours does not have to look like mine. Yours could look like this. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. Come on out of the position. If your legs are really wide, you can wiggle your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels in towards the center of your body until you're pretty much back into standing. If you are still stuck, then probably you want to put your hands down, wiggle everything real close together, and you can walk your hands up your legs. All right? That is our third stretch. How are we doing on time? Is 37. Okay, we're doing good. We're going to move on into our fourth stretch. I'm pretty sure yesterday we did the I'm pretty sure yesterday we did the figure four, so today's time for the pigeon. Keisha, I don't know if you're on, but it is Tuesday, so if you are on, welcome back. If you're not on, then I'm just talking to myself. Keisha doesn't like the pigeon, so I welcome her every time, especially when we're doing the pigeon. To do the pigeon, it looks a little bit like this. We're going to take one leg. We're going to cross it over to the other side. We're going to bring it up towards our belly button. We're going to fold our chest down towards that leg. All right. I know I'm wearing a dark shirt and I'm also wearing dark pants, so the angles might look a little crazy. So here it is from the side. We're folding our bodies down towards the leg. It's always about bringing the belly button down towards the ground, belly button down towards the leg, right? You're going to feel a stretch here in the side of your hip. That is a glute muscle. You're going to feel the contraction, some stretching here in the hamstrings, but your leg is going to be rotated like this, right? So the hamstrings, which is the back of your leg, is going to sort of be in the side of your body. You're also going to feel a little bit right here in the front of your hip. And that's because that's where you're folding. That's it. That's all you need to know. Let's take this position and bring it to the floor. Come on down to the ground, and we're in position. This leg over here, you can do whatever you want with it. I like to start with it, just extend it off to the side. If you want, you can work on doing something that looks like this, having the leg bent and still off to the side. If you've done some yoga, you've done some other stuff, there is a version of the pigeon that looks a little like this. You extend the back leg back behind you. All right? For a lot of us, your hips are going to be tight. You're going to feel it real hard right here. You're going to put a whole bunch of pressure on your knees, going to push you into the ground. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. So you don't have to do this one if you don't want to. Quick tip, in case you really want to do this one for some reason, is to elevate your front leg. Am I going to have something useful for this? Yes, I'll make this work. Oh wow. That's harder to do gracefully than I was expecting. All right. If you elevate your front leg, it's going to lift your hips off the ground as well. When your hips are a little higher off the ground, you're going to have more room for the back leg to go back behind you. This is not a good example because it's not very high off the ground, so it's going to be a lot less noticeable. But if you use a small stool, a coffee table, ottoman, or something like that, it will be a little easier to elevate your front leg, get your back leg going back behind you. Now that you know way too much about the pigeon, let's actually do it. All right? From this position, I want you to find the midpoint between your knee and your ankle, right around here. I want you to find this middle line down your eyes, down your nose, down your mouth, down your chest, down to your belly button. And I want you to fold that line down to that midpoint between your knee and your ankle. And it might look a little like this. Keep your hips low to the ground and deflate all the air out of your chest. That is a pigeon stretch. Boom. You got it. That's all there is to it. You ready to make this happen? Let's go. Extend the leg back behind you if you want to. Again, optional. Keep the hips real low to the ground and let's go. Inhale. Exhale.
Sink into the stretch. Let all the air out of your chest and melt into the floor. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our first pigeon. It's not the only pigeon, and that's only because we got to do the other side. It's not because we're going to go for a second round. All right? Other leg across the body, middle line, midpoint. Y'all ready? Extend the leg if you want to. Let's get ready to fold. Let your hips drop as low as you can to the ground. And then we're going to fold. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Let all the air out of your chest, out of your lungs. Fold, 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 fold. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our pigeon stretch. That is number 4 of our 5 stretches. If you're just joining in somehow and you don't know what we do, we're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility. So far, we've done a lot of hip mobility and not so much side splits. That's because all the side splits happen now. All of the stuff that we've been doing is hip mobility. Side splits is just advanced hip mobility. So everything we've been doing has been building up to and preparing our body for some side splits. All right? And that means it's time for us to get into them. If you like side splits, if you like hip mobility, if you like the idea of consistency and practicing consistency so that you can make a little bit of progress and, hopefully together, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back because we do this live every single day, 7 days a week at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. Pacific. That's when we start, which means we started 43 minutes ago if you're watching this live. And we do this every single day to help us build a little consistency, build a little bit of community, and make some progress together. All right? We got a couple people reporting in saying day 2 and day 1. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're going quick today, says Getharati. Are we? I don't know if we are. I think this is a pretty standard speed. No, I think it's a pretty standard speed. But Honey Pox says it's day 1. Welcome, 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 welcome. Queen R says yes, it's live. I don't know who you're responding to, but Lois says hello, and Jack says hey y'all, welcome, welcome back everybody. All right, let's get into our side splits. If you've never done them before, do not worry. We're gonna break it down into lots of little pieces to help make it a little bit easier to do. I designed it to be more manageable than just dropping into a side split. All right. And before we begin, I need you to grab something to help support you. I don't think I'm gonna have a good example of something that I can use to support me, but I guess I can make a little dumbbell work. No, work 25 feels like it'd be too much work, so I'm gonna go with a 10. All right. I want you at home to grab a little bit of something to get you started. Can I use this? Hold on. Let me see. Is this manageable or is this too crazy? No, it's too crazy. Okay. Clearly, I didn't plan ahead. We're going to get a little bit of hand support. The purpose of the hand support is to do this, to give you something to put your hands on while you let your legs go a little bit wider. All right. The purpose is so that your body, your upper body, your arms can hold up some of your body weight. So it's not just your legs holding up your whole entire body weight. You're sharing some of the burden with your arms. I generally recommend a small stool, something that is lightweight enough for you to sort of move around, but also sturdy enough for you to stand on top of, put all your weight into. And in this case, I'm going to probably use this dumbbell because
There's nothing else in this room that I can actively use that I will not be worried about breaking because this is not my house, it's my friend's house, and I don't want to break anything. So, if you're at home and you have a stool, you have a chair, that would be great. I whipped out this chair because I thought maybe if it wasn't too slidey, I'd be able to use it. And I'll give a demo of how one could potentially use a kitchen chair. Try to avoid things with wheels because wheels slide around, so don't actually do this, but pretend it's a kitchen chair and I'll show you how you would use it, right? I was demonstrating you putting your hands on your chair so that you can let your legs go wide and you can support some of your body weight. If you feel like you're a little too high, you can always put your forearms down on your kitchen chair and come on down. All right? Coffee table and ottoman, those will all work, but I generally recommend a small stool. Cool. We ready to begin? Let's get ready to go. I'm trying to see which angle I have enough room to not kick this, also to do a full split and not kick the doorstop over here. I'm going to angle the cameras a little bit that way to see if we can make that work. All right, pushing the chairs, getting this going. I'm going to try my best not to smash my butt in or smash my head into the paintings because that would be really unfortunate. And we're about ready to begin. All right, what I want you to do is start by putting your butt up against the wall. Boom. Your feet are slightly in front. All good. And we're going to fold forward, put our hands down on our hand support. Bring the hand support just in front of your feet. All right? Fold. Whee! Hands on your hand support. From here, what I want you to do is let your legs go a little bit wider. Let your butt slide down the wall. The butt is there to the butt wall, the wall butt. The wall is there to support your butt, so you can't fall backwards. The hand support is here so that you can't fall forwards. And from here, I want you to let your legs go a little bit wider. When you've gone a little bit wider and you're still in a comfortable-ish spot, we're going to rotate our legs. All right. Right now, our knees are kind of pointing forward, our toes are kind of pointing forward, and what we want is to rotate the legs backwards 90 degrees. That is because you got this funky little nub that comes out of your thigh bone, and if you just go straight up like this, that nub is going to smash into your hips. To prevent that, all we have to do is rotate the leg backwards 90 degrees. So take a look at this leg. All right. If you go like this and you have your heel down, your toes up, your knees pointing up, your inner thighs pointing forwards, you'll have rotated the nub basically into your butt and you don't have to worry about it anymore. All right? But we have to do that on both sides because you got a nub on each thigh bone. So, hands on your hand support, butt against the wall, rotate your legs so that your heels are down, your toes are up, your knees are pointing up. From here, adjust your hand support, adjust your butt against the wall until you're in a spot where you feel like you're in control, where you don't feel like you're about to lose balance. All right? The reason why this is important is because if you feel like you're about to lose balance, if you feel like you're about to slip, your muscles will tense up to try and keep you from falling. It will try to stabilize you by getting maximum tension. When you're maximally tense, it is the exact opposite of what we want. We want to relax so that we can stretch. So, wiggle, find a spot where you feel like you can almost chill for a little bit. It's probably not going to be super comfortable, but you can kind of chill for a little bit. And from here, we're going to breathe. We're going to try to relax. Inhale. Hold that breath for a second. Exhale and relax. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. Adjust your hand support. Adjust your butt against the wall. Make sure you can find a comfortable-ish spot. I am sliding away from the wall a little bit, so I definitely need to adjust. And let's go again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little deeper into the stretch. Let's go for a third. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. That is 3. From your optional wiggles, see if you can push your right leg out a little bit, your left leg out a bit, right leg out a bit, left leg out a bit. If you can, great. If you cannot, don't worry about it. We're ready for side split number 1. Right now, I want you to have your heels down, toes up, knees pointing up on both sides. I want you to try and use your hand support to help you sit up a little bit straighter. And I want you to hold this position for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. Move your hand support out of the way if it's in the way. Otherwise, walk your hands forward, crawl, bring your legs in underneath you. That is our first side split. That was not a very good round for me. I was sliding around a little bit too much. So I'm going to use the yoga mat for number 2. All right? I'm going to change the setup a little bit. But take a second, relax, and shake it out. I want you to relax your leg muscles. I want you to relax your hips. I want you to get loose so that your body's prepared for side split number 2. That was side split number 1. We got 2 more rounds. So we're doing a total of 3. And before we begin the next round, we're going to shake out some tension. What I want you to do is look at your foot. Hold on to something for balance and start shaking it out. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. You can start nice and gentle, nice and relaxed and loose, and then pick up the intensity a little bit if it's comfortable for you. All right. What I want you to notice is your ankles flopping side to side, front and back, left and right, doing circles, and maybe your calves flopping a little bit all over the place. The reason why we care about this is because if your muscles are flopping around, they must be a little bit more relaxed compared to if you were super tense and you were trying to shake and it looked like this and you were all one solid block. All right. The reason why I care about relaxation is because that is the basis of stretching. When your muscles are tense, they're going to be shortened. When they're relaxed, they're going to be longer. Cool? Shake out the other leg. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shake some more, wiggle some more, flop some more, shake it out, even it out. If something feels distinctly uncomfortable, take note of it. Maybe if there's a muscle that's extra tight, later you can give yourself a little gentle massage, push on it, and see if that helps. But otherwise, hopefully, your leg muscles are feeling a little looser. It's a little easier to take some steps. You can add in some dance moves and you can have a little bit of fun because we're going to move on to the next thing. I want you to put all of your weight into one leg, and I want you to put the big toe of your other leg down on the ground like so. From here, we're going to rotate the knee in and out, in and out. Right now, all that's moving is this thigh bone where it connects into your hips. We're going to use some muscles here in the front of the thigh to contract and bring the knees together, almost touching if you can. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to use our glutes and these muscles in the backside of our hips to pull that knee out and point it to the side. We're going to keep doing this. If you're new to the show, you don't have that much control or strength yet, I want you to focus on controlling that range of motion, really contracting those muscles and moving back and forth. If you've been doing this for a while, then I just want you to relax. In and out, and 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 in and out. Whew. Let's do this like in and out, and out, and in 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 and out. Whew. Hopefully, your legs, your hips are feeling a little looser because it's time for side split number 2. I'm going to change up my setup a little bit to be a little grippier. And if your setup has been working for you, you have not been traveling all over the place, then keep doing what has been working for you. No need to change anything for you at all. Maybe I'll do 2 10s. All right, so here we are. We're going to put our hand support in front of us. We're going to put our butt up against the we're going to put our butts up against the wall, and we're going to let our legs go a little bit wider. From here, we're going to fold forward, put our hands down on our hand support. Remember, yours do not have to be dumbbells. I just happen to not have anything else in this room. I'm using dumbbells for hand support so that I can hold my upper body up with my arms. And I want you to rotate your legs from here. All right. So that the heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Your butt is sliding down the wall. Your hands are on your hand support in front of you. And their goal is to basically pinch you in between your hands and the wall so that you can't fall forwards, you can't fall backwards, so that you can only fall deeper into your stretch. All right. Now that we are a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, I want you to focus on breathing. Inhale. Hold that breath. Exhale, relax. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. Let's do it again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's do it again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. That's 3. From here, it's time to add a little wiggle. If you can, wiggle a little to your right, a little to your left. See if you can push your legs out just a tiny bit further. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's time for us to start side split number 2. Before, our toes were up, our knees were pointing up, the top of our head was pointing up in side split number 1. This time, we're going to do it a little bit different. I want you to lean forward a little bit so that you're emphasizing the inner thighs a little bit more. You want to feel it here, where we felt it in the butterfly stretch. From here, your knees should be kind of pointing up at a diagonal at around 45. Your toes should be pointing up at around 45, and we're ready to begin. 30 seconds, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our stretch. Move your hand support out of the way, or if you can, if it's low enough, you can crawl over it. Great, do that. Walk your hands forward. Oh, slowly bring your legs in. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to, because that was hard. That was not easy. And if you need to complain, please. I can't hear you anyway. All right. So when you're ready, we're gonna get back into standing. We're gonna shake out our legs just like last time. Come back into standing, hold on to something for balance, give your legs a little gentle shake, start nice and gentle. Let your ankles flop back and forth. Make sure you're looking at it to see what it's doing. Shake a little side to side, do some circles, flop around, kick, 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 kick. And as you get more comfortable with it, you can pick up the intensity. You can go a little crazier. This is our third, sorry, this is the last run before our third side split. And I want to tell you that the way we are trying to do relaxation is just to make it simpler so that you can see and know what relaxation should look like when you're looking at your legs. How you actually do it from now on is not that important to me, but I do want you to be doing it. I want your body to look like it's made of wet, soggy, overcooked noodles for your muscles to be relaxed, to be loose, so that you can get into deeper, crazier, stretchier looking things. All right? Now that you got the deeper message, let's move on into our hips. All of your weight is on one leg. Big toe is down. We'll bring the knee in and out and 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 in and out again. In and out and in and out and in and out. Other side. In and out and 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 in and out. Hopefully your legs are feeling relatively relaxed because we're gonna get into side split number 3. We're gonna get ready to wrap up. Right? Can I slide this a little bit? Oh nope! I just slid the whole weight off. Actually, that probably made it a little easier. Boom. Okay. Try not to pinch my fingers. Let's do this again. A little closer. I'm making adjustments. I'm figuring it out as I go. All right. Bring your hand support in front of you. If you're new to the show, remember the hand support does not have to be a set of dumbbells. The only thing that it does is to help you push off against something so that you can open your legs a little wider and use your upper body to support some of your body weight so that you're not hanging out like this and using your own leg muscles to hold the whole entire thing the whole entire time because that's really hard, okay? Put your hands back on your hand support. Now, your butt is resting against the wall and we're folding down to put our hands on our hand support. We're rotating legs so the heels are down, toes are up, knees are up. Heels are down, toes are up, knees are up. We are letting our legs go a little bit wider. We're sliding a little deeper into our stretch. We're adjusting our hand support so that we are basically holding ourselves in between the hand support and the wall so that the only place we have left to go is down deeper into our stretch. And from here, we're going to breathe. Inhale. Hold that breath. Exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. The floor is a little bit slippery. I'm struggling a little bit. And on the yoga mat is a little too sticky. So I'm not able to slide as I exhale. So I'm adjusting. If you're also adjusting, don't worry about it. Take your time. All right, again, inhale. Hold, exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. Let's do it again. Inhale. Hold, exhale, relax. Sink a little deeper into your stretch. And we're going to do a little optional wiggle sweat. Wiggle sweat. Just wiggle. What am I saying? We're going to do an optional wiggle. Push your right leg out a little bit. Left leg out a little bit. Right leg out a bit. Left leg out a bit. If you're not going anywhere, don't worry about it. It's time for side split number 3. All right. This time around, you got options. You can sit back, try to get your toes pointing up, your knees pointing up, your heels down, just like we did in side split number 1. You can try to lean forward a little bit to feel it in your inner thighs for side split number 2. Pick whichever one you want to do. I'm going to do a slightly different version of number 2, the inner thigh focused stretch. And take a second, get into position. We're going to hold for 40 seconds. And we're going to wrap up from here. All right, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. Ooh, that's pointy. 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew, that is it. If you have a big thing of hand support, slide it out of the way. If your hand support is really low, you can probably just crawl over it and bring your legs in underneath you. We just did 40 seconds, and 40 seconds is a long time. So if your legs don't feel like they're working very well, please take your time, slowly come out of it with control, with some finesse, and don't just flop into the floor because that will hurt. All right? Slowly come back into standing, and let's shake out our legs one last time. Hold on to something for support if you need it, and let's shakety shake, 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 wiggle, 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 flop, 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 shake some more, wiggle some more, flop some more, shake some more, wiggle some more, flop some more. Again, yours doesn't have to look like mine. We all gotta start somewhere. If you're brand new to this shaky, shaky, wiggle, wiggle, flop, flop philosophy, take your time. Focus on just relaxation. If you've been doing it for a while, we're just training our brain to relax our muscles on demand. The more you do it, the easier, the faster it will become. And we just want you to be floppy. So get ready to shake, 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 wiggle, wiggle, and flop, flop. All right. Hopefully your legs, at least the lower half of your legs, are feeling relaxed. Let's move on into our hips. One last round. All of your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down and in and out 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 and in and out. That's probably enough. Other side. All your weight is in one leg. Big toe is down on the other. In and out and in and out and in and out. In and out and in and out and in and out. Whew. Shake out your legs. Give it a good shake. Give your arms a shake. They were holding up your body weight for a long time. And that is the majority of our show. We're going to do two more things. We're going to do some joint checks. The first one is some really deep and slow hip circles. What I want you to do is pop your hips out that way like you're Shakira and slowly sink into that hip. Feel that stretch building and then slowly come on around and feel it in your glutes. Ooh. Oh, come on around to the other side. Pop that hip out. Feel the stretch in the side of your butt. And come on around. Oh, feel it in the front in your hip flexors. And keep going. Oh, man. Take your time with it, especially after the side splits. I tend to feel it on the left and right side of my hips the most. And I like to just hang out there for a little bit until some of that tension kind of eases. So, hopefully, you're giving it a try. And if you got nothing that you found to be problematic or anything like that, you just keep going. Go the other way. Whee! If something does feel like it needs a little bit more attention, needs a little bit more love, feel free to pause, spend some time there, and give it the time and attention it deserves. And that is our hip circles. It's time for our final move. I don't know why I unrolled my pants legs, because we kind of need them for this thing. Give me a sec while I roll them up a little bit, and let's get ready to do some calf raises. I'm going to use this for hand support, I think. Yeah, that'll stay. Okay. What we're going to do is get our legs into this position, about hips width apart. Superman pose a little bit. Not super wide, not this wide, right? We're not going crazy. We're going like here, hips width apart, ish. This is about hips width. You can go a little bit wider than hips width if you want. From here, we're going to drop into a squat. I want you to do it a little like this. I want you to lean that chest forward, really lean that body forward. And I want you to lean so far forward that it feels like your heels are about to come off the ground and you're on your toes. All right? The reason why we want this is because when you're leaning so far forward, the only thing fighting to help you stay balanced is your toes. Your toes should be gripping into the ground. The arch of your foot should be staying real strong to help keep you planted. All right? From here, I want you to push your knees forward. When you do that, you should feel a stretch here in your Achilles tendon, in your calves. And once you're in this position, hold on to something for support. It could be a wall, could be something stable, could be your hand support from earlier. And we're going to do some calf raises. Come on up. Lift those heels as high as you can onto those toesies, onto the ball of your feet, and come on down. That's one. Reset. Push the knees forward, lean forward, feel the pressure in your calves and Achilles tendon. Come on up and down. Reset and up and down. Reset and up and down. Reset and up. Oh, and down. I lost balance. And down. Reset up and down. Reset up and down. And as soon as your calves are tired, or maybe your quads are tired, or your low back is tired, or your toes are tired, you can probably get ready to call it. All right. What we just did was challenge our toes and our feet to fight so that we can stay upright. We put ourselves into that crazy calf stretch, that crazy Achilles tendon stretch, and then we did the crazy calf raise using the entire range of motion available to that calf muscle. The whole time we're holding that sorority squat, so our quads are tired, and because we were leaning forward like this, we're using our low back to support our whole entire upper body. So your hips, your knees, your ankles, your toes, your calves, your quads, your glutes, your low back, all those muscles should have been firing, and everything in between should have been working a little bit to help keep you upright. If you're able to do 75, 80% of that crazy set of movements, chances are you're probably good to go back to whatever else you got to do for the rest of the day. So, thank you so much for coming in, practicing a little bit of consistency, working on your side splits, working on your hip mobility. I hope you had fun. I hope you're starting to breathe a little calmer, chilling out a little bit, and I hope you come back tomorrow. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the life. Side splits, hip mobility, consistency. That's all we do for the most part, and you should come back for more. We do this live every single day starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that means we started about an hour and 8 minutes ago. Feel free to come back in, hang out. We do this every single day to make a little bit of progress a little bit more easy to do. I kind of jumbled that sentence. Ignore it. You got the idea. All right. Book says, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Book. Jacob says, thanks, Ken. Welcome, Jacob. I think this might be the first time I've seen your username, so welcome for the first time. And thank you for dropping in, leaving a comment. I hope you felt like you got a lot of value out of it. Spark asks, do you have a schedule posted somewhere? I'm sad I missed tonight's lesson. No worries. The live is every day at the same exact time. It's 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're in California, 6 p.m. If you're in Florida, it's 9 p.m. And it's that time every single day of the week, 7 days a week. The only other live that I do is at 9 a.m. on Saturday and Sundays on the Eastern time zone. So 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific. That is only on the weekends. 7 days a week we have this live. All right. Cool. Charette says, thanks, Ken. Good to see you, Charette. Thank you for the support. Kat sends cute emoji thing that I just saw. Thank you, Kat. Welcome back. I'm going to scroll real quick through the chat to see if there's anything I need to answer. And Let's see. 111 says, thank you. You're very welcome. We got somebody over on YouTube who was asking lots of questions with a little bit of negativity, I think. Austin Blunt says, what the heck is this? Nice combo rack. Bro, just lift the weight and recover. It's not that complicated, my boy. Yes, if you're really into lifting weights, please continue lifting weights as is. Um, Bodybuilding and weightlifting have lots of categories of things that aren't that useful for people who are trying to get a little bit more mobile. That's what I'm doing, trying to get a little bit more mobile. And if that doesn't seem like the right show for you, hey, feel free not to stick around. That's okay. I don't mind. If you don't know, this show is designed to help us all stay a little bit more consistent. All right. If we were to go into regular bodybuilding, weightlifting, fitness culture, a lot of the time the conversation is about optimizing for the most effective, workout, the best use of your time, the fastest way to gain muscles or build whatever it is. Um, this show is not really a perfect match for that. The reason why it's not a perfect match for that is because most people can't follow that perfect plan. Working out 3 times a week, doing strength training, whatever it is. Most people need a little bit more consistency, need a little bit more help building consistency. That's why this show exists. I have wanted to do side splits and hip mobility. I've known I've had bad hip mobility, and I've wanted to do side splits for 15 plus years. I've wanted to do them for 15 plus years, and guess what? I still can't do them. But for the first 15 years, I would do like 2 weeks of side splits training come like January 1st. I'd spend a whole bunch of hours doing YouTube videos, figuring out what the best video is, making this Frankenstein routine that I can't even follow for very long. And then eventually, within a couple of weeks, I'd drop off and I'd do it again for like 6 more months, right? If that sounds like how you treat your fitness goals every year, then that's where I was coming from. I wanted to work on side splits. I thought I was going to do them. I started, and then I got sore, and then I was like, maybe later. And then suddenly, lo and behold, it's 6 months later. I'm like, oh shoot, the year's almost over. I got to get back to it. I'm gonna try it again. And then 3 more workouts later, it's suddenly December 31st, and I'm starting the whole cycle over and over and over again. I did something like that for like 15 years, and this time around, I decided my biggest problem is not finding the best workout. My biggest problem was sticking with a workout, and that's why this live exists. Is because it started as a relatively simple workout that I could do consistently, and I can focus on the process of showing up rather than optimizing for things that I can't stay consistent with. And here we are doing this show 600 plus days deep with 25,000 followers on TikTok, 10,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, and something like 20-ish thousand people on Instagram. So that this is the basis. This is where it all started. Practicing some consistency, helping other people build some consistency, and trying to make the whole thing a little bit more fun because in general, fitness can be really not fun. I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to love it. I want you to be entertained. I want you to feel really good after you do the movement. I want you to be moving and grooving and dancing and having fun with your body so that you'll remember movement is awesome. It helps you feel looser. I want you to know that when you're stiff, when you're feeling a little funky, when you wake up and you get out of bed and you're limping around, or when you've been driving for way too long and your legs don't work and you're going, ugh, ugh, ugh. The solution most of the time is a little bit more movement, a little bit of thoughtful movement. Most of the time, we just avoid it. We go, oh, my back is being a little weird and don't use it. What you actually need most of the time is the exact opposite. A little bit of gentle motion through your hips, through your low back, through your legs goes a long way to just waking up and getting your body chilled out so you can actually use it for the things you want to use it for. All right. My philosophy towards fitness is we want our bodies to be able to do cool things when we have the opportunity to do cool things. We don't want to be in a situation where we go, oh, I couldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. And then miss out on all sorts of the fun opportunities that life presents you because our body isn't capable of keeping up. And you don't have to be the most fit person to keep up. Most of the time, I don't mean to say this in a mean way, but most of the time the average fitness level of the population isn't that high. So a little movement goes a long way. And if you don't know, if you haven't hit follow, if you haven't hit subscribe yet, most of my content, the stuff that you doom scroll into, is about making that movement a little bit more fun. So if you got 2 minutes waiting for coffee to come out the machine, you got 2 minutes waiting for the microwave to heat up your lunch, you got a couple minutes while you're, I don't know, cleaning the dishes or something. You got a couple of moments to do a little bit of movement, some basic version of our Cossack switches, or maybe an advanced version of our Cossack switches, or even calf raises, some lunges, some squats. Those will go a long way towards helping you move better, towards getting your heart pumping, towards uplifting your energy, your mood, and you should absolutely find a way to add a little bit more into your day. So, if you are in a situation where you are going to be doom scrolling anyway, I hope you hit follow. I hope you hit subscribe so you doom scroll into some of my content so I can give you a nice, healthy, gentle, fun reminder to get a little bit of movement and hopefully change the way you feel about movement and to change the way you spend your time. Just a little bit, just a little bit here and there. Okay? That is a live. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat and then I'm going to wrap up for today because I'm visiting friends and I'm going to go hang out with my friends. They got a baby that needs to be put to sleep soon, so I think it's gonna go into like quiet time real soon, and I would love to hang out before it goes into quiet time and say goodbye to the baby. So let's take a quick look at the chat and get ready to wrap up. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Do 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 do. Jacob says warrior in the garden. Oh, thank you. Is there anything that suggests that there's a garden here? Oh, yes, I guess there's a sort of flower-looking thing over there. Thank you. Thank you for admiring the details. Um, Sasa says, so I do lift weights and I do try to get mobile. Do I do the mobility training before or after? I would recommend after. And that is because I want you to focus on the weightlifting. Strength training is really important. I know just a couple minutes ago, somebody was like passing some negativity around, and I felt like I said something along the lines of, "We don't do this the most optimal way. We don't, build strength the best, this fastest way, or the build the muscle the fastest, whatever stuff." But strength training is very important. All right, strength is probably the most important quality that you need. Period. Mobility is also very important, but you can build mobility while building strength at the same time. A lot of the time, when somebody is not very mobile, unless something is physically a little bit messed up, right? Like you got some extra bone tissue, spurs, and stuff going on in there, most of the time, some strength training in your weakest range of motion is going to build mobility. So you could hypothetically group all mobility training into some form of strength training. And that is basically what I'm telling you to do. Focus on building strength because the more strength you have, the more control you have over your muscles, the more mobility you're going to have. A lot of the time, mobility and flexibility is just your brain's system of seeing, recognizing how you interact with your world, what you do throughout the day, and then adjusting what you're able to do, what your body allows you to do, depending on what you actually truly use it for. So when you start using your body to do more, tends to be the case that your body gets to do more. So strength train, get strong in your weaker range of motions at the end of your range of motion, and that will probably help you build a little bit more range of motion and strength at the same time. Cool? Uh, that explanation started a little rough, but hopefully the ending paragraph helped. Try not to load with weight, will gain mobility first. Learned my lessons. Do you have any plans to post some of these lives on your YouTube channel? All of the lives are on the YouTube channel. Um, I have two phones running. I run these on mobile phones, two iPhones. One of them is running, this one right here is TikTok. This one right here is YouTube. They're at slightly different camera angles because it's two different phones, but all of them are uploaded over onto YouTube. Sometimes the quality is not going to be as good. Sometimes the audio is a little bit messed up. Sometimes the internet's just weird and it doesn't upload at all, or the live didn't record very well. Those all tend to happen sooner or later occasionally, but for the most part, all the lives are uploaded directly onto YouTube right after the live. It might take a couple hours for it to be processed and put up because it's an hour and change long video, but it's all up there. It's all up there. Thank you for the question, Annie. Um, Honey asks, would you or do you do classes for seniors? I would be interested in doing classes for seniors. I do not currently do any classes outside of what we're doing. But if you're interested, shoot me a message, and if you're still on, we can talk about that. Sheena says, thank you. If other people are interested, because I just read the question aloud, let me know, and I will look into it. Maria says, thanks so much from Venezuela. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What else we got? Fayaga says, thanks so much. Welcome back, Fayaga. It's good to see you. Kadji says, thanks. True Blue says, evening, everyone. We got a whole bunch of thank yous. I'm going to scroll real fast to see if there's any comments that I should have addressed that I didn't see because I was way back over there doing the live and showing you guys the movements. And I'm JJ, sends a thumbs up. Nina shared the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Honeypox says yoga block. Yes, a yoga block would absolutely work. Yoga blocks tend to be very strong and very lightweight. So it'd be a perfect replacement for those dumbbells over there. I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling. What else we got? If it looks like I'm making a crazy face as I read, it is because I'm making a crazy face while I read. Don't worry about it. Buddha Krokuda says, first time I didn't hate the Cossack slides. Amazing! That's so good. Buddha has been super consistent for a bunch of weeks now. And is probably the most vocally hateful of some of the exercises that we do because they are hard, because they are challenging. And that's awesome. Congratulations, man. I appreciate you letting me know. Buddha said, first time I didn't hate the Cossack switches. That's amazing progress. That's how I want you to feel about all movement. I want you to just keep on doing them until everything feels easy and then you turn out to be like Superman and are super awesome and super strong. We do a lot of hard stuff. And every time you get one more thing off the list of things that suck, it's just easy for you, everything's gonna be better. You're gonna move better. You're gonna be more confident in your body. You're gonna be like, oh, I can do that, no problem. Have you seen some of the other crazy stuff that I do? I love it. Jay Pizzle says, love it. You really helped me. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, how are we doing on time? Set at 22. All right, I gotta go soon, but I'm gonna keep scrolling real fast. Shareth said, made it. Welcome back. Shareth Sasa says, if I tried that stuff, I will be immobile for the rest of my life. There, this type of comment comes up a lot. I promise, if you go onto YouTube and you check out some of the older videos that I have, I'm much less flexible in the first YouTube video that I posted. I've been doing this live something like 650 days. I've maybe missed like 5 of them in total. And what looks crazy to you right now, a lot of those stretches, I used to be much, 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 much worse at. But the instructions that I've given throughout the whole time have stayed more or less the same. Sometimes I explain it slightly differently, but the goal is always been the same. To try your best to fall a little bit more, to get a little deeper into the stretch, not to get into whatever position I'm showing you. When I demonstrate something, it's going to look a little crazy because I might be a little bit more advanced than you are, because again, I've been doing this for hundreds of days. The reason why I do this is because I'm doing the show at the same time. When I'm grunting, when I'm making all those noises, when I'm like slowly getting deeper into a stretch, it's because that's me doing the show, guiding you and doing it with you. I'm not, taking it chill and just giving you instructions. I'm actively suffering the whole entire time. And uh, I recognize that it might be better for a new person to see the live, to see me do a more manageable version of that stretch, to be more encouraged about, doing it. But then I wouldn't get the benefit of physically doing the stretch, which is what I'm trying. I'm still trying to get my side splits, all right? I'm still trying to practice my own form of consistency, not just guiding you in your consistency. Because if I have to do it twice and this show took 3 hours, that would be crazy. Okay, so I know it's a little bit of a compromise, but I try my best to make sure that as we're going, I'm explaining a lot of stuff at the same time so that somebody coming in for the first time can go, oh, okay, I can try that. And hopefully you got a little bit of that vibe over time, over the course of life. Cool? Vegas is free. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, thank you. Thank you for tapping. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for supporting the live. I don't really make money from social media at the moment, and I would love to make this a bigger part of my life and commit more time to it. So if you were to tap like on the screen. TikTok were to share it to more people, the account grew a little bit more, I'd have more opportunities, and it'd be easier for me to do this with more time. Otherwise, I gotta maintain, my life. So please do that. On that note, I also have a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to get that YouTube channel monetized. I don't know if you know this, but you need 4,000 watch hours in a 1 year period in order to qualify for monetization. I'm currently at about 2,600. I checked earlier today. I was telling you, I think 2,500-ish earlier this week. Now I'm at 2,600 hours, which means I still need 1,400 hours of watch time to get monetized. And I'd appreciate it if you guys checked out some of my content over on YouTube. For example, this live has a sister live, which is basically the exact same live running from a slightly different camera angle, and it's on YouTube every single day. If you watch that, that'd be super helpful. If you wanted to learn more about calisthenics, some cool movements, I got a couple of quick tutorials for moves like the elbow lever, which looks like this, or the frog pose, which looks like this, or the crow pose is Big Brother, which looks like this over on YouTube. I have a couple more videos about consistency, about habits, about training my girlfriend to get her first unassisted pull-up. So if you're interested in any of those topics, please go hop on over to YouTube, check it out. If you want to really, 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 really support, you could go find the playlist of my videos and just hit play and let it run for however long those videos run. I don't even know how many hours of video I have, but that would also help me a bunch. So if you can, if you got time, if you're willing, please go check out the YouTube videos. Get me a couple of watch hours so I can monetize on YouTube and make this something I can do with more of my time. Cool? All right. Sasa says, oh my God, Ken is sitting in the bike anime poses. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm glad you liked it. So this is true. I did try and I did feel better. I was struggling with the game. I know you were joking, but when the comment comes in, I don't want people to read it for the potential negativity that they can take out of it. I know that it's a joke because I've seen you comment before and I know you're here. But when somebody who's feeling like it's really challenging sees it, I don't want them to be like, oh, somebody else is also feeling this, right? Because whenever you see a comment, you approach it with your own biases, right? When you're in a funny mood, it might be a joke. When your friends are joking with you, but they say something that's a little bit hurtful, and then you're in a bad mood, all of a sudden you get really angry, even though like another version of you who just had a beer might be a lot might be a lot more receptive. You might respond with some other witty remark, right? Like I don't want somebody who was struggling with the life and feeling like it is impossible for them to see your comment and be like, well, it's not just me. This is really hard. This isn't for me. Maybe I don't want to do it. My goal is to help make, stretching movement a little bit more fun, a little bit more entertaining, trying to send good vibes so that we all move a little bit more. And I'm not saying, don't comment like that. I'm saying this is a good reminder for me to make sure to call out that type of feeling because it does come up. It comes up a lot. A lot of the time people are joking, right? Because they're like, oh no, there's no way I'd be able to do that. But um, when it comes up, I just like to add some more positivity when I can to make sure I know that I know that it's not easy. That is frankly quite challenging. That's why we do this thing for consistency and we do it all the time. Amelia says, honestly, we forgot to even breathe properly while stretching. Yeah, yeah, that happens a lot. It's it's really hard to be focusing on getting into a position, to be holding it, to be trying to do the movement, and then also to be remembering to breathe, especially when it's really challenging, right? The breathing, the relaxing of a position is really hard when you're learning a new movement. So it has to be practiced. It has to be taught. And hopefully, with that note, I'll remember to comment more about it and help you remember to breathe more. All right. I'm gonna take a quick look at the chat over on YouTube. Oh wow, there's a bunch of people. Thank you, YouTube people. Hola hola says I need for my knee. If you're still on, feel free to drop in. Anger Sean says, is this actually live or just recording? It was live. It is live. But everybody else is telling you that it is live indeed. And I don't think there's anything else in the chat. There's a couple of retracted messages. Interesting. Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. There's only 24 of you left. I think we had triple digits for quite a while. I saw from a really far distance, so it looked like it was triple digits, but I didn't actually see that closely. If you guys enjoyed the live, make sure to hit follow, hit subscribe, and keep coming back because we do this show every single day starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Pacific. That means we've been running for about an hour and a half, and we do this basically every day to help you stay consistent, help me stay consistent, and I hope we can make some progress together. So if that sounds good, I'll see you next time. See you soon, Sasa. Bye bye. Closing out. And my phone is vibrating.